Here we're going to have a look at customizing the look of these images on the pie chart graphic. So here we've got some images set up, and if we animate these images in, you will see that they will actually stretch to fit the texture. So because our images are actually square aspect ratio, they will stretch to fit whatever you've got the image plane set up on the graphic. So in order to improve this, let's have a look at the section label settings, and towards the bottom you'll see we have some image settings. So in here, let's make some changes. So because these are transparent PNGs, they're not going to look great on this kind of glass background. So first off, let's change that to something better. Right, then we can change the image here. So we can set the width and the height to the size of our images. And as you can see, that's a bit small, but we can fine tune the scale, which will keep the aspect ratio correct. So let's say we want to show the image at the side of the label rather than above it. The image is positioned relative to the backdrop, and the backdrop is positioned relative to this label beneath it. So what we can do is, using these settings here, we can resize the backdrop to something that looks and fits the image a bit better, and then we can move its position. So let's shift it across and bring it down in line with the label, like so. So as you can see, that fits quite nicely. We could probably make the image a little bit bigger as well, so maybe 0.6. If we animate that in now and see how that looks. So as you can see, it doesn't look quite right with it animating up out at the bottom. So we can go ahead and change those animations. On the right, if you have a look into the animations, there's section label animation settings, and in there you'll have image backdrop in, image backdrop out, image in, and image out animation settings. So let's have a look at the in animation, and if we expand these, you can see it's animating the scale on the Z-axis and animating the location on the Z-axis as well. Let's change it so it'll slide out from this label. So we want to change that to scale Y and this to location Y, and we'll make that a positive number, and about 10 should do. Now if we have a look at the image in animation, which is the image plane inside of the backdrop, we can see that it is animating using a slide vertical animation. So if we change that to horizontal, and this will go from 1, which is completely off, to 0, which is centered. So if we see how that looks now, much better.